Welcome to my banner. The Ghana Conformity Assessment Program, which is GCAP, and its requirements of certificates of conformity, which was scheduled to be implemented by the Ghana Standards Authority from October 1, which is today, this year, has been suspended for further consultations. Now, this was the outcome of a crunch meeting that was organized by the Ghana Standards Authority and the Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade and Industry to engage stakeholders in trade and industry in Ghana. But also, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has said the implementation of the GCAP would become inimical to trade in the country. So, since yesterday, we've been hearing GCAP, and my big question was, that sounds very technical. What is this GCAP, and why is GUTA not happy? So, I'm hosting this morning Mr. Eugene Dakwa Ade, who is a Director, Inspectorate Division at the Ghana Standards Authority, and Clement Boateng, Deputy National Organizer, Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for your time.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'll start with you, since you're coming from the authority. What is this GCAP?
GCAP is basically a tool for the verification and assessment of quality of a product. And it ensures that specific products conforms to the law, applicable law, standards or technical regulations. And we can achieve this thing through review of reports, one or a combination of interventions which consist of testing, inspection, audits of a factory, and at the end of these interventions, a certificate is issued which will tell me that certificate of conformity. So it's basically to ensure that exporters exporting into our country meets our requirements for standards and, for that matter, the quality of the products they export here and we import. Is
GCAP being used anywhere else?
GCAP is used in most of the East African countries. Kenya started 10 years ago and it's working well for them. Tanzania, Rwanda, the Middle East, Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire. In fact, it is the in thing now for the assessment of quality, and we cannot be left out.
So until GCAP, what were we doing?
Until GCAP, currently we are performing the same thing, but the GCAP is an enhancement of the destination inspection.
Okay, so what would be the specific difference?
The specific difference is we are performing some interventions here, which the activities have enlarged, and we have contracted some service providers to assist us in doing that. So first of all, what happens is goods come in here under the current destination inspection. Goods have to wait at the port for all the interventions that I mentioned, inspection, testing, and verifications, and then the approval is given before the goods are released. People are talking about the demurrages, keeping their things at the port. So this is a way of removing the bottlenecks, which the GCAP will remove the bottlenecks which we will have during the interventions in Ghana.
Okay.
We have also had the issues of people bringing goods which are substandard and they don't meet the requirements.
That's very common.
Yes,
it
comes in, and then we have to do these interventions, and then before we then we stop them getting into
but we still see a lot in the country.
Yes, we still see, because there are a number of authorities or government authorities that I don't want to mention any names, but we all need to look at, when it comes to quality, it's a universal thing for the country. We all need to sit up. Media men, everybody.
Okay, so Mr. Boateng, why is GUTA not excited? After all, this will make things better. That's what the Standards Authority is saying.
Yeah, in the first place, it is today that I'm hearing from Mr. Dakwa that the GCAP is targeted at specific products. For all the adverts that they've been running, they've made us to understand that the GCAP is supposed to cover every importation into the country. So I'm surprised.
Okay, so let's get a bit clarification there.
Yes, maybe my good friend has not educated himself a little, because we have put everything on our website and assess specific products, because we have thousands of one. We are looking at products that affect the safety and quality and the protection of the environment. So we have food, we have drugs, we have chemical, electrical products, The headings are all there. We have toys, even toys for children.
But it means that they don't have.
So what
it means that they don't have. But these are your major stakeholders.
Yes.
Do they have to go to the website to get this information?
We have talked about these things. We have met them, even at the parliamentary committee where they brought their consensus at the Ministry of Trade and Industry. We have procedures, everything, and I'll suggest that my good friend here, and with his association, spend some time to look at the program that we have outlined and posted on our website, and then informing. We are still informing. We went around the country informing people. The list is there with the HS codes. He can educate himself on that.
Okay, as you rightly said, we are major stakeholders with regards to what they are about to implement. And I want you to ask Mr. Adakwa.
Oh, he's right here, so ask him.
When they started with this program, whether they invited Guta as a major stakeholder.
Okay, so what are you saying?
Yes.
You haven't directly dealt with them until today?
Yes, until the day that they were going to launch the program, that they invited our president. So after the launching, we saw that what they are going to implement, well, if we are talking in terms of standards and quality, we don't have a problem with it. But there are some bottlenecks and hidden agendas that we have to solve it. So quickly, we petitioned Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade and Industry and Parliament.
Why? Was it because they were not ready to listen to you?
Well, you know what I'm saying, that they didn't invite us. You know, prior to the launching, they should have invited us as a major stakeholder. We sit down, we chat, we consult, then we arrive at a conclusion. But not you have, you know, come to the end of everything, then you invite us just for the lunch.
So I'm interested in this hidden agenda. What are...
Okay, the hidden agenda that we are talking about is one, they have employed a third party as their agent, you know, to do this business for them.
Okay, so the third party in the name of?
The third party is Society General, that is SGS.
Okay,
and
the
then
bank.
And yes, and the BVAC.
It's not a bank.
Okay, Society General?
Society General.
They have something?
It's a conformity assessment body.
Oh,
they do testing, inspection, certification.
Okay.
And then they have a lot of laboratories.
You see, about 15 years ago, we were into that regime, which we call the pre-shipment regime. And these companies that I've mentioned were the companies that were doing this pre-shipment inspection before the goods will arrive in Ghana here. Now, the government saw the need that pre-shipment inspection should be cancelled, thereby going into a destination inspection. So, that's
destination
inspection.
Okay, so what does it mean?
Destination inspection means the goods will come into the country.
Okay, before they inspect it.
Before they inspect it. So that pre-shipment regime was abolished. So what Guta is saying is, now, if they want to introduce that pre-shipment regime, then what is the essence of the destination inspection companies which are here already? If they want to go back to that regime, we don't have a problem. Then they shall cease the operation of the destination inspection companies here, so that we go back to the pre-shipment inspection, because the destination inspection companies here are charging 1% of the FCVR, that is the CIF of the goods, the import duty that we pay. When they do the inspection here, they charge.
So you pay for the inspection?
We pay.
Well, what's your fear? That you'll be paying double because there will be the pre and then there will be the destination inspection.
So you see that it is a duplication of functions. So if they want to go back to the pre-shipment, we don't have a problem. But we cannot tolerate a case whereby there will be pre-shipment over there, and then when the goods come here also, there will be a destination inspection here.
Okay. It means that you don't have a choice. I mean, you don't mind either.
Yes, we don't mind either.
Okay.
We don't mind either.
Yeah, I think
would you be scrapping this one?
No, we need to set the record straight. We need to understand what pre-shipment inspection is and what destination inspection is.
Okay.
Destination inspection has two components: the revenue collection and what Standard Board is offering is to assurance of quality. And assurance of quality involves testing, inspection, and certification and auditing. We have asked these two agents to help us with the testing, which we do it on a destination inspection. So what is the difference?
Is it because you don't as an authority have the capacity to do that?
It is. We cannot be everywhere and all the experts, and this thing is expanding. So should we wait and be overwhelmed by things? No. For quality issues, we have been mandated to perform this activity.
Who bear the costs?
This program, the cost is being borne by the exporter, and we are saying the responsibility is now shifted to the exporter to ensure that he gives her the assurance that whatever he is importing meets the requirement, and he pays for it. It is something that is being done, and even a number of exporters who have applied and are performing this thing in other countries have even written to us. Most of them, they are prepared to work. Guta was talking about hidden agenda. What is hidden agenda? When publicly everybody is aware about the two service providers.
Before you go there, can you explain the pre-shipment?
The pre-shipment also involves revenue collection. It's mainly maximization of revenue collection. It involves classification of products, correct valuation of products, and then review of documents before the FCVR is issued for you to export the things here. And that thing was scrapped because of certain issues. The government decided that we should do it. So now destination inspection, they have to understand it, look at it very well. Two components. The DICs who are performing the correct classifications and valuations are here doing their work.
So
and we are also involved with the quality aspect. And we can, just like you, Joy can ask you to do, News can ask you to do anything for them. We, as a conformity standard body, can ask anybody to help us with the interventions under the conformity assessment program.
Okay, so let me just ask you, if you were to examine the products in Ghana, which will be the destination, and it is not of good quality, what do you do to it? Because it's already in the country.
The exporter, which we work with customs, will ensure that this product is either destroyed, depends on the choice of the importer, or returned to sender.
Okay. Mr. Boateng,
so
you've heard him explain. Okay, you want
So with this program, what is going to happen is the service provider will look at all the products coming in. At the end of the interventions, a certificate of conformity is issued, indicating that the products have met the requirements of our standards or international standards. Otherwise, a non-conforming report is issued, which means that those consignments or products should not be shipped. If it's shipped here, we have prior information as to a container with a non-conforming report coming. And everybody who is involved, national security, everybody would be informed, and this container will be stopped.
Okay, but can I also ask how much more they will be paying for this destination inspection?
No, it's not about the GCAP.
Yes.
The GCAP, the exporter has to register by completing a form, certification, request for certification, and that is about $300. That is the exporter. He pays for that.
Why are you charging in dollars when we're in Ghana?
No, it is not being paid by importer here. The exporter in the exporting country,
okay,
which would deal with him not in their currency, but in the international currency, which is dollars, euro, and pounds.
Okay.
And he pays in dollars for the registration to export to Ghana. And that is the first step, that he is ready to send conforming products, quality products to Ghana. Okay. Not anything bought by the roadside and we don't have the assurance of quality.
Okay, so I'm wondering what they would be paying locally here. Do we know?
Locally, they are not paying anything. It is the exporter who pays. Okay. But in business, maybe they will bear some of the cost. That is it. But they are not paying one cedi. The exporter bears all the costs. But let me tell you, currently the exporter is going to be issued with the C of C, test reports and everything. Currently, they are getting the C of C, the test reports. Are they asking the exporter how that one is being received or paid for? And it is because when we brought this thing, they are now asking, we are going to pay. They are still paying for the C of C and test reports currently.
Clement.
Yeah, you see, he said the cost is going to be borne by the manufacturer or
The
supplier.
exporter.
Yeah, that is over there. But he should know that there is no free lunch. Once the manufacturer or the exporter or the supplier over there charges that fee, definitely he's going to pass it onto we the importer.
Yeah, but what's your problem? Because then you also pass it on to us.
No, people are already complaining that prices are high. Cost of doing business in Ghana is high. We are paying a lot of taxes at the port, thereby going to compound the import duties that we are paying. So if we are going to add this again, it is going to increase prices. Now, at the moment, we are a bit lucky for the cedi to be appreciating against the major foreign currencies. And if we are going to bear this cost and add it to our final price, it is going to shoot up prices again.
Mr. Dai, this is a very relevant concern.
Yes.
The fact that it will make, you know, the cost of the things that come here more expensive. Do you care about that?
Yeah, we care about that, but the amount that is going to pay is the minimum amount. And I said already that the C of C, the testing that the exporter, the supplier, it has to provide. These reports that he has to provide is being paid for. What are they saying about it now under this current program?
Okay, but
they are not asking any questions. But then when we say that we are transferring and then the exporter is paying for it, which is already paying, then they started asking questions.
So the latest that came out from your meeting yesterday with the Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade and Industries is that you're holding on to it. Is that it? For how long? Yes,
we held that meeting about 2 weeks ago. The final decision was taken at the Ministry of Trade and Industry with the minister.
Okay.
The first meeting was a suggestion by the chairman of the Select Committee for Trade Tourism. And we have been working on this program with the Ministry of Trade and Industry. It was not just out of the blue. Okay. So we needed to see, and we met them, Guta Importers Association, Food and Beverages, as we met, and everybody shared his or her concerns.
After the launch.
And then, yes, after the launch, we went around the whole country educating people. And their members were also there. So the minister, in his own wisdom, said because of their concerns that they didn't know, we didn't call them, but we're running the destination inspection, which they are aware is nothing different from the destination inspection we are running. So the decision was, go and educate them, sit down with them, discuss your concerns, come to a consensus, come back to me at the end of October, and a directive will be given. So that is what we've done.
So how is that going?
It is fine for us because we need to fine-tune the program. We are engaging them. Yesterday we engaged the Food and Beverages Association, and the minister directly told us, engage 3 each of those who brought their concerns there for a meeting, which will hold a meeting. We are planning the meeting maybe on Thursday to sit down and talk.
Okay.
But I will suggest that they go through the documents we've posted and to understand what we want to bring. Not only that, fine, the concerns is money, but what are we bringing on board?
Clement.
Yeah.
So they're not scrapping it all. They're just holding on and doing a lot more education.
What the minister said, I was also there. What the minister said was that there should be a 2 or 3 member from each group that we met there.
Yes. Then
together with the Standard Authority, we should form a technical committee, have consultations, Jojo. Then we bring a report to him at the end of October. Based on the report that we will bring to him, he will decide whether the GCAP should be implemented or not.
Okay, but what's your position as Guta?
Our position as Guta is, as I told you, we are not against quality or standards because that program is already running. They have their men at the ports who always check for quality and standards. Assuming I bring this phone and they see that it's of low quality or substandard, they take it to their office there and test it. If they find out that is quality before they will allow me to clear.
Okay, so that system is already in place.
It's already in place. So I don't know what GSA wants to do. Again, at the ports, we have the BNI, we have the National Security, we have Gapoha Security, we have the police. Everybody is there, the custom, everybody is there to check for quality and standards. So that regime is already in place. I don't see the reason why they should not contract a third party over there at our expense, to be doing this. One problem also that we told them was that we, the small scale or the small importers, we form about 70 or 75% of the importing community in the country. Now, when we go out there, assuming we go to Dubai, we go to China, we go to Turkey, we go to Germany, we purchase our items from shop to shop. And at the end of the day, we do a consolidated container. Now, when we bring this container, where do you expect us to get that certificate of conformity from? We don't buy from the manufacturer. We don't buy from the supplier. We buy from shop to shop. Where do we get that certificate from?
Yes, we have procedures. They have not taken their time to the procedure. I have it here. Procedure for small scale importers. We have 3 routes. Route C for manufacturers, Route C for products that are exported in homogeneous condition, and Route A for those who have a number of line items and a special procedure.
Would you say that perhaps you should have contacted them before the launch of it, so that they would know?
When you make it, yes, they say we've not contacted them. We are now talking to them. The minister has given us time to talk to them. We are talking to them. They should also go and look at what we have. We have what he is saying he doesn't know. It is there.
Okay, but then now you can't blame them for not knowing.
So that is why we are not implementing it now. That is why we need to talk and explain to them. But they are refusing to look at what we have and what we want. If they don't look at that, nothing that we will say, they will take it.
Would we get to a consensus, though?
We should get to a consensus, because when it comes to, they are talking about small scales, the issue is not about the size. If you go and buy by the roadside, how do you ensure yourself ascertain the quality of the product before you bring in? We are talking about quality. And when it comes to quality, it is the price and the quantity. These are negotiable.
Okay.
When it comes to quality, it is non-negotiable. If they are buying from the roadside, they should ensure that what they are giving to Ghanaians have met the requirements of the standard.
And how do we get a certificate for it?
How do you get a certificate?
Yes.
How do you assure me that what we are buying from the roadside?
Then I don't think we will come to a compromise.
No, the process is here. What will happen is they are consolidating. The consolidator, and is aware, when he goes to Dubai and China, they have consolidator. It is the consolidator. The process is here, well written out. Mr.
Tell me the process.
That's what I'm telling you.
I think this,
they have not educated themselves.
But they've not been able to answer it.
But I think that there's a lot more work to do. We will certainly do a follow-up on it, but we hope that you are able to reach a comfortable agreement, because these are your partners. You can't do without them, and they can't do without you.
It's a two-way system. They should learn. We tell them, we learn from them, and then we move on. But if they are refusing to learn, we will teach them.
But I will appeal that instead of them learning what you've come up with, they can be a part of the process next time, so they can be.
We are the major stakeholders. So with us
from the very beginning.
I must be frank with you.
Major stakeholders.
Yes.
Make sure your products meet the requirements of the standard.
All right.
That's all.
Thank you for your time.
You are welcome.
We hope that this is resolved as quickly as possible, though.
It will be resolved.
All right.
We'll have better goods on the market.
Okay, I like the fact that you're smiling in the end. But just hang on for me. Let me wrap up. And I will go to Facebook, facebook.com/Joy News on TV. And this is what what Roving was about today, the fact that electricity tariffs have gone up effective today. Amenin Kofi Api, I want to tell you, you will not die, because he says, I will die. No, you will not die. Say positive things. Baba Musa in Tamale says, it shall be well with our souls in the shortest possible time. Inshallah. And here's Jonathan Duke says, PRC should be scrapped. They have never spoken in favor of the consumer. They only act as PR for the utility companies. Here's Kala David. Well, how many? No. Ahmed Tijani Mukhtar says, for what? GH. Emmanuel Kwabinedu Kwabna Abu thinks that Ghana is a poor country, and Ali Al Hassan says they always keep increasing, but the same problem also keep increasing, no improvements. Indomitable says things are increasing this way, and the newly teachers, okay, you're bringing your own matter to this one. Papa Kwanzaa says the electricity we pay is cheap, but it lacks demand. I don't think I understand this one. Paul Sergio says that is better Ghana for you. Opoko Enoch says, hey, so upon this doom so you still have the guts to increase electricity tariff. What a poor government. Hey, Ghana, Lord save us from hardship. On that note, I want to say thank you for all the messages that you keep sending to us via Facebook. My name is Mama Viowoswabwaja. I was here with Roland Walker. God willing, we are back tomorrow, Thursday. Enjoy your midweek and stay on at 10. Kemini will come up with News Desk. Is the latest news information, all the details here on the Joy News channel. Enjoy the rest of your day.